Will this Speedlite blow your mind? Probably not, but let's give it a shot anyway. Hello fellow photographers, something recently piqued my interest that I wanted to share with you guys. The Amazon Basic Speedlite. So today we're going to review the Amazon Basic Speedlite, see is it worth it, how does it compare, and most importantly, should you buy one? So this video comes to you in 4 parts, so without further ado, let the Speedlite Showdown begin. Part 1, Intrigue. I've been a professional photographer for over 8 years now. When I started, cheap stuff was cheap and good stuff was really expensive. But camera gear has come a long way since then. The cheap stuff isn't cheap anymore, it's just inexpensive. You can get 90% of the functionality at 1/10 of the price. I've been familiar with the Chinese Speedlights, but when I saw the Amazon Basic Speedlite for 28 bucks, I had to see for myself how cheap can you go and still get something quality. Part 2, First impressions. It doesn't feel cheap. I think this thing can take some abuse, yet to be seen. I've only taken it on 1 shoot so far. The battery slide plate feels good on your fingers until you try and put some batteries in, then it kind of feels like they're trying to escape. The hot shoe has a simple wheel lock, which works, but I much prefer the button lock thingy that you see on a lot of other Speedlights. It has a PC port, which, color me impressed, my 430EX2 doesn't have. I, of course, added the Velcro myself, because that's how I roll. And looking at the main interface, it's simple, like too simple. There's an on-off switch, a test button, power up and power down, and a mode button. That's it. You don't need a manual for this thing. Manual is the default or normal setting, probably the one that you'll be using most often, and it fires when triggered from the hot shoe or PC port. S1, or Slave 1, is the dumb optical slave. It fires whenever it sees another flash. In my testing, it worked really well indoors, not so much during the daytime outside. I'm trying to get the Amazon Basics on the slave mode to work. There's the optical trigger and firing literally right into it, and it's not firing. This worked at my house this morning, but my house is a black hole. Slave 2 is a TTL optical slave. It actually fires every other flash. It sounds great in theory, but in practice, I can see someone else accidentally triggering your flash, and then now the flash is actually skipping the one that's actually exposing your camera. Since it fires every other, it's firing with the TTL flash. Long story short, I don't think it would work, but back to the interface. This flash only has full power stops, so they're not labeled, so each one of these lights is a full stop. Most other Speedlights allow you to adjust in thirds of a stop. So sometimes you might get the Goldilocks effect, where one power setting is too high, the next power setting is too low. So you might need to use a neutral density gel or physically move the light closer or farther away from your subject if you really want a nuanced power setting. This is rated to guide 33, while my Canon Speedlite is rated to guide 60. Part 3, hands-on. So now the Speedlite's on full power, and it's not quite reaching her. It looks like it needs to be closer though. There we go. Right now the light's about, what is it, 6, maybe 8 feet away from the model. The flash is on full power. It's going through a softbox, so it's losing a little bit, maybe like 1/3 of a stop, but not that much, and she's properly exposed. And it's super cloudy and overcast today, so it's not like we have to compete with the sun. So power-wise, probably not super great. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Yep, just like that. Perfect. Let's actually try something else. Keep your body aimed the same direction, but now look over your shoulder. So you're looking this way. Perfect. There we go. Part 4, competition. So after doing a full shoot with this thing and really putting it through its paces, I feel like this light is made for a very specific kind of person. It's consistent, but not powerful enough to really use outdoors, especially if there's sun, and you can forget about using the optical slave outside. But the build quality and performance is still impressive for the price. When I started out in photography, I had a Smith Victor optical slave that cost more than this thing and had 2 settings, on and off. So compared to the Smith Victor, the Amazon Basic Speedlite absolutely blows me away. So if you have kids that are interested in photography and you want something cheap for them to play with, that it doesn't really matter if they break it, yeah, absolutely, get them one of these, it's great. If you're a natural light photographer and you say you're a natural light photographer not because you don't like the look, but because you're scared of learning flash, yes, absolutely buy one of these. Look at this interface, it could not be simpler. However, for the rest of you. All right, so now I'm testing out competitor number 2. We're looking at the Yongnuos. This light, just like, can you hold that right there? Like that. Chin up just a little bit. Looks like a Dolce & Gabbana ad. Wow, that is very bright. All right, and 3, 2, 1. Apparently I can't motor drive it. Doing some of the comparisons, one of the things that I noticed is when the Amazon Basic Speedlite, you're shooting too fast that it can't recycle, it will give you a power that is just less than whatever power you set it to. So it's diminished, but it still fires as often as it can. Yongnuos, when it can't fire, it doesn't. So it gives you full pops every time, but you're getting blank frames in between when it is still recycling. Here's a time lapse of the battery test. I set up from left to right the Canon 430 EX2, the Amazon Basic Speedlite, and the Yongnuo 660 to an intervalometer for over 1,000 flash pops, 1 flash every second. All of them are set to equivalent flash powers. Also note the Yongnuos have internal wireless triggers, so they don't require a flash trigger, but I am using one here for consistency. After 235 flashes, the Canon can only recycle fast enough to pop every 3rd time. Long recycle times are generally a Speedlite's warning that the battery is dying. Shortly thereafter, at 293 pops, the Amazon dies. For better or worse, no warning, full recycles to the bitter end. And finally, after 481 pops, the Canon can only recycle fast enough to pop every 6th time. And after 1,000 flashes, the Yongnuo is still going strong, never missing a flash. So all in all, I think Amazon made something good, but not something great. Now, this flash back when I bought it was like $400. And if this was the only thing that I could compare this to, yes, it would absolutely be worth it. But that's not really how the market looks today. The Yongnuo 660 is only $76 right now on B&H. And when I tested it, it beat both the Amazon and the Canon Speedlite in pretty much every category except its sheer physical size. If you're looking to be serious about photography and get a light that'll last you a really long time, this one's $30 and the Yongnuo is $76. For a few bucks more, you can get a real workhorse that impressed me in the short amount of time that I spent shooting with it. This has been my review of the Amazon Basic Speedlite. I'm Ben Lucas, Seattle portrait photographer, and if you're still watching this video, then clearly I did something right. So hit that like button, subscribe, and I don't plan on doing a lot of gear reviews, but if there's something that you really want to see, definitely leave a comment and I'll look into it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So after I filmed this review, but before I got around to actually editing and publishing it, this stopped working. So I have full faith in Amazon customer service. I am gonna get a replacement because it's just a handy, valuable thing to have as a backup in my bag. So it is a good backup light when you have other lights already. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that stuff I already said, and stay tuned for bloopers. Okay, I'm recording. Yes, yo. Will the Speedlite blow your mind? Hey! Enough out of you! Probably not, but let's give it a shot at. Darn! Will this Speedlite blow your... Hey! I'm working here!